Good afternoon, morning, evening or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 212.
Palindrome.
Welcome to episode Palindrome. I'm Pip.
I'm Pop.
And I'm Poi.
And welcome to this episode.
It's going to be one of those like logical, straightforward episodes then.
It's going to be one...
You could almost say it's a spiritual successor to the normal episode.
Don't say it.
Why'd you say that?
Sorry.
Why the did you say that?
I'm sorry.
Do you know what we have to live up to now? Before we get into our usual debates and general tomfoolery, I just want to shout out the patrons over at Patreon. In fact, I want to shout them out so hard that... Stop looking at me.
What? I'm waiting for the handle.
They've blown our minds.
They've been proper dibbies.
The Jarlings have outdone themselves this time. They've really done it. They've pip-pop-poyed us into the next realm.
You could even say they pip...
Boy.
You could even say they what?
They pip...
Pop
Poi.
Duh.
Better.
Us.
No, we need
to
better.
the premium voice.
We need better, synchronization. Than
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I shouldn't have to gesture. We agreed.
I thought you were making a joke on premium voice.
Try one more time.
They even pip
Pop.
Poi.
us.
Okay. It's getting better.
Yeah, for real. But
What were we saying? What was the point of any of that?
Premium voice.
they've the patrons over at Patreon have blown us out of the water. We mentioned the Dibby tier last episode.
Yeah, it's kind of a newish creation for our Patreon. We thought we'd add the tiers, and the Dibby tier. It's not even specified on the Patreon that if you're a Dibby, then you get a shout out. But last episode, I decided to note them all down and shout them out, which of course has encouraged new Dibbies to enter the fray, which has now left us in a situation where we have 27 Dibbies we need to shout out, and we're stuck in this situation where we got to read all the names out. But if the list gets longer and longer,
It's going to be more and more time.
we can't start every episode with just a fucking 5-minute list.
Yeah, because the
people.
inevitability is that we're going to have 600, 700,000.
I mean, the
Dibbies.
Dibby possibilities are endless.
Yeah, so although we are going to shout out the current Dibbies as of recording this episode at the beginning,
Yeah.
which we're about to do.
But this is a special occasion.
Yeah, in the future, we're going to have to delay the Dibby props until halfway through when we do the usual,
Yeah, we figure the new format
the
will
usual
be
break.
first half break to Dibbies or shirt ad.
Well, both.
Yeah, both. Then back in.
Yeah, but honestly, appreciation off the charts.
Appreciation. We love the dibbies. They are our favourite.
Dibbies.
Yeah, our favourite dibbies.
So shall I do it? Shall I go through the list?
Yeah, we'll do it,
Special
man.
patrons. Okay. Huge props to Fiddle, Dream Awful 2142, Michael G2, Mayo, Tyron, Nwachukwuwu, Ethan Height, Zach Dowes, Justin Valles, Jack White Fan, Adam Lismore, Esteban Montes, Lewis Horsburgh, Ferdia Playmane, Ray Dale, Alberto Gomez, Kirsten Armstrong, Tom Buis, Juan Hernandez, Jam, Benjamin Wilson, Devere Estrad, Kane with a Willie, Gremblow, Ollie Miles, Abby Clifford, Drobble Dob, and finally, last but not least, Katia effing Manigan. Thank you for sticking with us there.
Here, here.
Shout out to the boys and the girls of the dibbies. And as you can see, if you're watching the video episode of this cast, I am wearing one of our shirts. And I've worn this shirt constantly over quarantine, and it's still in pretty damn good condition.
How comfy is it out of 10?
It's the comfiest shirt I wear. You've seen me wear it constantly, actually. Like when I have to drop something
I see you wear the Argy shirt more often.
I do.
Big
Yeah, that is
shirt.
a good one.
And I prefer this over the Argy one. Because it's just it's a nice fit, and it just really, even after a lot of washes where clothes normally get quite, brittle and there's little fraily parts. Now this is solid. It's still solid because My quarantine outfit has been Argy shirt, Josh, the J shirt, then just a grey shirt in rotation. So I've worn it like 100 odd times over the last like few months. Still like feels fucking great.
You've worn it 100 times, damn.
I've worn it a bloody lot.
Before we get caught up tossing ourselves up too much, tossing ourselves off too much, sorry.
Whoa.
James, how big are your balls in diameter?
Diameter 3-4 centimeters.
I actually have something I want to start us off with
Please do.
from the JAR document. I feel like my voice is muffled through this mask.
It's not muffled.
You sure?
I tested it and it sounded perfect. Further proof that wearing a mask does not infringe upon your breathing capabilities.
This has been proven, scientifically proven.
It does make your face quite warm, though.
Yeah, but you get a beard for
Yeah,
that.
no, my problem is actually the eczema I suffer from on my face when because I worked in jobs where I had to wear low quality masks. I suffered from pretty bad rashes. Anyway, we're not trying to get political on here.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit, just do a bit of housekeeping, general housekeeping, based on last episode.
Yeah.
So last episode I decided to add timecodes to the YouTube version, and I think it's in the description of the audio version too. Which I figured I'm already going through the whole episode when I'm editing it. Might as well add that because YouTube has that feature now where it kind of segments the video based on the timecodes.
Yeah.
And there's just something so satisfying to me about that. When you go on the YouTube video, you can just see every segment. So like, if there is someone who doesn't give a shit about Kanye or Destiny 2 or anything like that, they can just go through and skip it. It's kind of a quality of life improvement.
Yeah, just like watching normal videos, it's just like, it's so good. Just being able to just yeet certain things off.
Yeah, and the Jarlings have been, I don't know, they seem kind of split on the lighting the side that we're talking about here.
Right, okay.
With our new camera, our new setup and everything, we're still trying to figure things out. We're actually recording this episode at a different frame rate, so let us know if this is an improvement or not. So we're trying to figure this out as we go along, but someone said, although the lighting is a lot better than the last episode, I would much prefer the really bright lighting from the old setup. But then someone else said, lighting is good, some harsh shadows behind the sofa, but other than that, top quality. And then someone else said, I kind of like the darker, more purple lighting. It's more relaxing, in tone with the mostly calming vocals and jazz ambience. Plus it helps if watching in the dark. But then someone else said, I personally prefer the lighting in the last episode. The dark lighting made it feel more chill and relaxed. It makes it feel less corporate-y-ish. So a whole range of reactions there.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly say, as early as possible, my brilliant idea is to have the main lights off and just have the LEDs. So if you agree with me on having just the LEDs, please.
What colour would the LEDs be?
Any.
Well,
ideally blue.
We should add
any.
The last episode we set up a bunch of LEDs behind and in front of the table, and they're fully adjustable. So we kind of need to know the feedback on that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we like it because it has a lot more light to lower down. And
well, how about this then? How about for the next episode, we just use the LEDs, see how ridiculously dark that is, and then...
I just think it's wacky and quirky, dude.
But then in the comments of that episode, people can say which of the 3 variations they like the most.
Yeah, but if they don't like it, then I'm going to be really, emotionally...
That's fine. That's just what making YouTube content's all about. I get destroyed by a community over and over again.
I would like to also add that our old setup was in a much tighter area, and we actually had an extra light. Because that light actually broke.
I don't want to get too crazy with it, because this isn't permanent. This is for now.
We've got more plans.
We have plans.
Yeah. Trying to put the set on the roof is quite hard. So we're getting there.
Yeah, only one broken arm and one broken leg so far.
Yeah, it's just fucking. It's taking.
But we'll
time.
get there.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go into it because this is huge. I've been so excited to talk about this because I'm actually really nervous. My heart is pounding. I think I found the new Sandy picture.
Bullshit.
I think I found a new equivalent image that's going to take it over for a bit.
Is that it?
No, I
I'm not joking, dude.
No, the thing about the Sandy picture is that it didn't have this... Like... It had nothing to live up to.
Yeah, but that's why I thought the Sandy picture would just be the Sandy picture and that was it. But things have changed. Because I stumbled across an image that has the same energy that it made me stop and like really think about this is like it struck me. This is the new image. It's like this is like the Empire Strikes Back of if Sandy is a New Hope, this is the Empire Strikes Back of images.
Okay, I'm listening.
I don't know if you guys are ready. What franchise do you think it's from?
Madagascar.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wait, are you saying this is a new... I thought you were saying this is a new pic of Sandy.
It's not, sorry, yeah, I phrased it weirdly. It's not literal.
It's the new Sandy.
It's like an equivalent of that Sandy picture.
Family Guy.
No.
Oh, that's a good thing.
I'm not even going to try.
I've got it here on my iPad. And I'm not sure who to show it to first.
Me.
Or should I just show it to you both at the same
Show
time?
it to James and then see if I can guess what it's
Okay.
from.
James?
Yes.
What do you think?
Oh, that was unexpected.
Okay, no,
James's reaction is kind of... It's giving me butterflies, I'm being honest. Jim?
This is so obvious. It's so obvious.
Are you ready, Jim?
Yeah. Is that Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
No, it's Ruby Doo. Ruby Doo, everybody.
Ruby-Doo.
Ruby Doo. I even thought with the kind of blue colours there, it has a really...
I see it has that energy.
Yeah.
It just looks out of place. The Sandy one did look out of place.
Yeah.
In its own
and
scene.
It doesn't look like a dog, it looks like a snake coming out of it.
Yeah, is that a pillow?
Yes.
Beneath-
I figure it's in bed and someone's hand is going over to Ruby Doo there. It's cool.
Yeah.
Would that look good on a shirt, though?
Yeah. Yeah, it's already in the post. To give you some context, that Sandy image has been around for years now. And I honestly never thought it was going to be replaced.
I don't think you could say this is a replacement.
It's not a replacement.
Your description was perfect.
Yeah, see?
The Empire Strikes Back because a lot of people are going to prefer Sandy.
Yeah.
But Ruby Doo is a justified choice for your favourite. Which means the next one is going to be not all that.
It's such a gut feeling when you know you found a new one. It's taken me years, and I just happened to be going through the Scooby-Doo
I feel
wiki.
like I guess back when you had way more time being someone that was just out of school.
Actually, I don't know how I found that Sandy image and what the story behind that was.
But I feel like there were just a lot of images. Like Golden Freddy, for example.
Oh, the Golden Freddy, yeah.
There were lots of rapid fire images that were all just as good as the previous one. Whereas it feels like ever since Sandy, the standards were sort of set.
Too high.
I don't know.
Not too high.
I would
because
say too high.
You always want to raise the bar, though. And the bar was being raised by a notch every time, and then suddenly it took a leap.
That's why I've been brewing over this for weeks.
How long have you known
I've had this image for a while now.
You serious?
Yeah. But I had to hold back and not share it anywhere. For those eagle-eyed viewers who found my secret Twitter, they'll know I found it there, and there's a tweet from there.
You've got a secret Twitter?
Yeah.
Do I not know it?
I don't think so.
Is it the secret Twitter most people have? You know, that type of secret Twitter?
No. I'll show you it after. But the profile
what's
picture...
James alluding to?
I think he means like a porn Twitter.
James confirmed has an OnlyFans.
I do. I have an OnlyFans.
For your Veruca.
Yeah, my Veruca pics. No, I'm going to say the Golden Freddy pic is still my favourite.
It's not in the same league.
It's not, but it's the best.
I think Golden Freddy suits James.
But it's not the Sandy image. It's not the same.
It's because it's never been given the chance to be the same, Alex.
Damn. This hat is pissing me off so much. I keep smacking the mic with the I'm putting it backwards. I don't give 5 shits.
I give
I'm
6
poised.
shits. I give 6 shits.
We put out the threads on Twitter to see what people want us to talk about this week, and I figured if we're gonna jump between Twitter and Reddit, we might as well make the Twitter kind of an own segment, a quick fire round. You know, like let's not linger on this. Let's just fucking get through it. Answer the questions, move on. This is the first half. We talk about whatever we want. Yeah, we talk. You know what? You know what I'm going to talk about? Call of Duty. Well, no, not yet. Not right as I establish a new topic.
Wait, before we get into this, is this going to be like a weekly thing?
I don't know. Let's see what people think.
Okay.
We did it last week. We might as well see what people are asking. I've only got a couple here to go through.
Can I just say, like, while you've got this mask on, from when it's over your nose, it's like I'm looking into a mirror. It's really bizarre.
What, with the hat?
No, not with the hat. Like, the eye region of your face is so similar to mine. It's creeping me out.
It's not.
Have you not seen? No, I've got a picture on my phone of like a Snapchat where I've done that thing where it takes your face and puts it on mine.
Oh.
It looks really weird.
Really?
Yeah, it looks fucking really weird.
Yeah. Because
they don't look the same.
No, we don't.
When you overlay the faces, though, the similarities are clear.
No, but I think that there are common traits between me and Alex. Mm-hmm. Or should I say Alex and I?
It's not in your eye region.
Yes, it is.
I'd say it's more in your noses, actually. I can't see his nose. It's not in the nose region at the moment.
See, but the nose thing doesn't work because I've got the deviated septum.
You've got...
Which throws it off. Throws off my breathing too.
Your ears aren't the same.
Anyway, Twitter time.
PluffyFX says, let's say a zoo closes near you except because they've lost so much money. All the animals luckily find homes except one baby monkey. It's up to the JARCAST to look after him. But which member of the gang would be the right choice for his full-time monkey carer?
Alex.
Yeah, I agree. Because the monkey, like, if we had a monkey, it would be on the cast.
Yes. 100%. Get a new mic, put it in the middle there.
Yeah.
Sit in between us.
Case closed.
No, actually, what would be perfect is for this monkey to be sat at the desk being our little research monkey.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, if only we had the gift that we wanted.
Yeah. At Trey Flederable says, what are your opinions on feathered dinosaurs? Nowadays, there's plenty of evidence of non-avian dinosaurs with feathers, yet species that are known to have had feathers are still portrayed as giant scaled reptiles in media. This bothers me a lot.
I don't know about dinosaurs, so I can't comment.
What are you laughing at?
This bothers me a lot.
Yeah, because most people think they are something that they probably weren't.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter.
It does matter.
Why?
You've got to take it all with a grain of salt.
What matters is if you are trying to be knowledgeable about dinosaurs and you believe they aren't feathered.
But I think
that's an issue.
I think it would make them look cooler, though, if they depicted them the way scientists believe that they were.
I think it would make them scarier.
Yeah, which is cooler. The whole reason I like dinosaurs is because of the fear factor.
Yeah, yeah. No, I would like to see a genuine, like, horror sort of thing with what we believe real dinosaurs to look like.
There's a lot of unexplored potential with dinos, man.
Yeah,
and these Jurassic World movies ain't doing it justice.
I saw a thing. I'm sure it's like totally stupid, but it was the skull of a hippo.
I was going to mention that.
Right.
The skull of a hippopotamus.
Is this a recent thing?
No,
but it's the skull of a hippo.
Looks way more aggressive than the actual animal.
Yeah, it looks like scary, and if you were to use that skull to create like an animal around it, you wouldn't get a hippo.
Yeah, there are those jokes about like what if all the dinosaurs are actually like really obese and fat, but fat.
Well, yeah.
You've got. That's what I'm saying.
There's like so much flesh that How can you account for
You have to
that?
interpret quite a lot.
Yeah, using
make
the
scientific-
connections to birds and whatnot.
See,
It's clever stuff.
T-Rexes actually had really long arms because it was all flesh. It was all just fucking like...
Yeah, they had
just
like
had,
tentacles.
jelly arms that were like really long.
Yeah.
It's like At Dusk Plains says, I watched the movie Being John Malkovich recently. If you could be in any celebrity's body for a day, what celebrity would it be? What would you do and why? I'm really not that envious of many celebrities, to be honest.
I'm not.
Maybe some for their like artistic ability.
No.
But like,
Yeah, but the thing is, if your mind is going into their body,
you want to go into someone and experience something you know you could never possibly experience in your own body. So I'm going into Jeff Bezos.
okay,
fair
enough.
Is he actually a celebrity though? He's just rich.
He's the
not
richest
like
man in the world. Bill Gates, like when he was the richest man, it probably would have been my answer too.
I
Just
swear.
for a day, just do whatever you want for a day.
Kanye West.
See how stressful it is.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
This is the quick round. You got to answer. I'm moving on.
No, Joey Diaz. I just want to see what his actual mind is when it's so like fucked off like 15 stars of death.
Okay.
I want to see the fucking devil.
Jim?
The same answer I gave to the same question a few episodes ago. Joe Rogan, then shout out Jar.
At MaceGun21 is going to end this segment with talk about the Uncharted movie that's being made.
Indiana Jones?
Yeah,
Tom Holland announced they've just started filming it, I think.
Wait,
Yeah.
Tom Holland's in it.
he plays Nathan Drake.
It's gonna be shit then. He's
don't know if Mark Wahlberg's
he's
still
not
attached.
Nathan.
Yeah, I don't think he's Nathan
too much
Drake.
of a Spider-Man.
Do you not think he could be young Nathan?
No.
No, I think he could be, but why would a whole Uncharted movie be young Nathan?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg is Sully too.
What?
Mark Wahlberg's playing Sully.
Mark Wahlberg is Sully.
Yeah.
that can work, kinda.
No,
Stop slapping. Stop being a happy slapper.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, so we're talking about the director of Venom, Mark Wahlberg as Sully, and Tom Holland as Nathan Drake.
I think it's going to be a
train
a
wreck.
4 out of 10. Is my
Written by the writer of Men in Black International, Transformers: The Last Night, Punisher: Warzone, and Iron Man 1.
That's the train. The
Holy-
train's gonna be dangling off a bloody cliff.
Oh, and Morbius, which isn't out yet.
That's gonna be a train wreck.
Just from the data on IMDb, this actually looks like one of the worst pieces of shit being made.
This
in Hollywood at the
sounds
moment.
so bad. I mean, Uncharted. It's never a. It
doesn't make any sense.
It's a franchise designed to be a playable movie.
Yeah,
So when you take the playable out, it becomes a movie.
and it's just
And
going to be worse than Indiana Jones.
it's just worse movie when there's no playable. It's going to be
Worse
terrible.
movie without the voice actors that
Yeah.
you're attached to from the games.
Honestly, like something with Nathan Fillion would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see Tom Holland being good.
Every
Nathan.
time I hear
Like
about
at all.
this project, I roll my eyes, just like, who the fuck wants
Mhm.
this? Even Uncharted fans, like, even if they wanted a movie, surely you'd want it to be done by the right people,
Yeah.
you know? Not the guy who directed fucking Venom with Mark Wahlberg in it. Like, this actually sounds like pure trash.
Yeah.
Like riding video
But-
game hype too late.
Mark Wahlberg as Sully.
I would. He's a better fit for Sully than Tom Holland is for Nathan.
No,
No.
you need someone with like that voice for Sully.
They need
Someone
the
with a
voice,
voice
yeah.
where you're immediately like, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah,
Mark
and the only
Wahlberg
guy
does
that
not
can
have
do
that
that is the
voice.
guy who voiced him.
No, there's a bunch of like voice, like
But they don't hire actors based on their voice. They hire them based on if they look like Tom Holland or Mark Wahlberg.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
think it's an awful idea. I think it's
Yep.
a fucking awful idea, and it's going to look like Jumanji when we see the
Yeah,
trailer.
it's gonna be as good as Jumanji. The
Yeah,
new one.
they'll film. They won't go to any locations. They'll film it all on a green screen, and it's just going to look like fucking trash. Sorry. That's it. Done.
That's it.
That's it. Done.
Done.
That's fucking it.
You know what? That's it. Done.
Pit Pot Paul and the Guardian Toy.
Pip.
Pop.
Boy. Come on, James. You got to be quicker than that.
I'm sorry, I'm letting you down.
For the rest of the cast, make sure you keep putting that out there. Try and you got to test him.
Well, let's get to the elephant in the room. Call of Duty.
Oh, James, actually, bringing that up, there was actually a comment I wanted to mention about Call of Duty from last episode that I saw. From 9arc, who left a comment saying the only good maps are from the old games that were added later on. This is them complaining about the new COD, saying it's shit. The weapon balance has been pretty poor. Camo challenges have been ruined with mounted and long shot kills, which are no fun to get. Time to kill is way too low. Personally, I think so at least. The mounted mechanic empowers people to camp, which sucks on maps that are already too large. All that aside, though, I think there really has been an improvement to controls. However, I don't think it is good enough reason to like the game, considering all the things I hate about it.
Okay.
Also, no prestige mode, and they ruin the way you get calling cards.
Okay, no, these are fair.
I disagree.
I disagree with everything. Okay, maps.
I don't disagree with everything.
I disagree with a lot of that.
I disagree with their overall thing.
Okay, maps. They've got a problem where they've got loads of maps that are too big for the game modes they're being played on. Like, Grezna Raid should be a ground war map, because it's way too big for, like, 6v6.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of maps that are, like, too small for 10v10, which you always end up playing 10v10 on, and too big for 6v6,
yes.
or even 10v10.
But then you've got, like, the Shoot House is probably one of the best maps in the game. It's really perfectly balanced. When you consider, like, a really tight map,
it's
5v5.
Just a 3-lane map. Like,
yeah. But then,
fine.
The maps they brought back from the older CODs are terrible, because they don't work in this COD because it's too fast-paced. Rust is terrible.
Yeah.
Vacant is terrible. Then they've brought back something Backlot, which doesn't work on this.
What's the one? The one with all the like planes and stuff from Modern Warfare 2. Latest season they brought that back. No, it's got Scrapyard or something.
Scrapyard. That works in this game quite well.
From what I've played of it, it was bad.
They haven't got the best maps on the base game, but some of them are really good. Like the ground war maps all work, but they shouldn't be bringing back old maps because they don't work because they don't match the pacing of this COD now. So
the things I disagree with the most though are like the weapon camos thing.
I think that's quite good.
The point is that you're meant to be forced to do certain things,
but you don't have to. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, like when it gets to that point, I don't care about like doing mounted kills. I mean, whatever.
But then
if you're that hooked on the game, then that's sort of
which I've done. I've done done platinum on a lot of guns, and I've put in 16 days, like because of that. Like it goes the distance for me because I love the game to that extent. But by just playing the game, you get a lot of camos. You'll get like 50 plus camos from just playing the game, which is more than you need.
The only camo thing I'd say that is really bad is using the gun with no attachments.
Yeah.
Because one, the guns are almost unusable when they have no attachments, and two, you don't unlock that challenge until you've already leveled the gun up enough to have it fully loaded.
And the problem with that is that's the most iconic camo in COD. Tiger. Red tiger, blue tiger. That's one everyone wants. They just want the blue tiger, red tiger. And they've got that. Time to kill. That's perfect. It's perfect because there is, you've got the meta guns, the GRU, where low damage but they're accurate. So they've got a really good time to kill because they're laser beams, but you have to shoot more. Then you've got guns like the AK, where their headshot multiplier is high. So if you've got perfect recoil, you've got better time to kill. And then these guns, the time to kill is pretty perfect across the board. Like it's Ghost. I think it was Modern Warfare 3 was far too low. As soon as you got seen, you were dead. Then the Black Ops ones were not that good, I don't think either. This is the best time to kill since Modern Warfare 2.
I would say it feels right.
Yeah. For the game, it feels pretty as it should do. Like Battlefield has suffered with really bad TTK before. where it's really bad. It doesn't work. But this, it does work. And if you're having problems with that, it's worth like looking at your own loadouts, seeing how you play. Because maybe you're playing a certain way with guns that don't suit your playstyle, so you're having that problem.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What else was said? Because I'm.
What else was said?
Yeah, because he brought another point.
The maps, the
Maps TTK.
time to kill. Booby boo.
Doobie doobie doo.
Weapon balance, camo challenges, long shot kills, time to kill, mounting mechanic.
Mountain mechanics being
That's
removed in Black Ops.
No prestige
apparently.
mode. And calling cards.
See, the prestige mode thing was something I was wary about before I started playing the game. Was, you know, I've done like 10 prestige like multiple times in earlier CODs because it was that perfect loop. It was perfect prestige mode because you could just, it was a constant feed of like progress.
Yeah.
And I was worried that with the removal of that, it's not gonna have as much replayability. But when you've got constant season drops, like every 60 days, you've got new maps, new guns, new updates for like Warzone and whatnot. If you play hardcore for those 30 days and then go off, you're doing the 155 levels as per that season.
Yeah.
By the time you get back in, you've got to do those like another 100 levels.
There's a thing as well to me where it's like how much you actually playing the game.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing it loads and then you have all these complaints, it's got to be doing something right.
Yeah.
And it's that classic COD thing where you play it so much, the things that don't feel quite right stand out way more.
Yeah.
But really, they're not that bad. But you're just playing it fucking like for 3 hours every day, non-stop. So of course these things are gonna become like more and more.
Like way
glaring.
I play it is that for the first 30 days I am hardcore it every day, and I'll get pretty much through the entire season with like 30 days left. I'll have like a 2-week break. By the time I start getting into it again, I've got a new season. I've got loads of content to get because I'm staggering it for myself to know that I'm going to get the most enjoyment out of it, and that's how you should be approaching these seasons. Because if you play COD enough to notice all the issues, then you're going to get all the stuff anyway, so you can take a break.
What? You can take a break?
Alex, do your best Marge Simpson impression.
But
Homer, stop it! This is our marriage!
if you want more COD, let us know, because I can talk about COD every week. COD Corner. Woo!
Yeah, you done with Call of Duty now?
Do we have anything left for the first segment of this episode of the Jam Media Podcast?
The first half, aside from Pip Pop Poi on the Guardian toy. No, I don't think so.
I raise you one Pip
Pop.
Poi.
on the premium Voy toy. We'll
Voy.
be back after some messages from me.
From our sponsors,
Maybe James. Or maybe me with a mask on. Bye! Alex, I'm going to drop a beat for you.
Yeah.
And you got to just fucking go off. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Dope.
Mm-hmm. That's not
Dope.
a beat.
No, that was a beat. That was dope. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3.
Yeah, but I need a
4,
bit more
2,
progression
doop,
before the vocals
2.
come in.
Okay. Boop. 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 Boop.
Pip Pop Poi
Boop. Boop.
on the Guardian
Boop.
toy.
I knew what was coming, so I was ready to laugh. Pip.
Pop.
Boy.
I'm the Guardian boy. Welcome to the second half.
Oh, really? I need to pee.
You're a fucking bitch.
We can wait.
Go, leave.
Throw something at him.
I can't. I ain't got anything on me to throw. So, let's talk about COD quickly. What are your thoughts on Season 4? Because we've played it quite a bit.
How many days are left?
Probably about 20 at this point.
Are you serious?
If not less. Yeah, it's getting closer to Season 5.
I I'm only like level 30 in the pass.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
I'm like 87.
Dude, the thing is, like, I often get home so late, and I'm like, right, I'll get into bed and watch funny videos.
Yeah. You don't think that's why it's like, if I'm gonna play COD, I need to like get on it at like 6 and then just
I need
chug
to.
it out.
There's just not enough time, man. That's what that is what pisses me off about battle passes the most.
Yeah.
Because you know what, motherfuckers don't have time, and doing this limited time shit. It makes me less likely to play your game.
But
Because I'm gonna miss out because I'm
busy.
fucking employed.
Does that
I'm sorry. Fuck you.
Does that not? So would you prefer a prestige system?
I would prefer the ability to get everything somehow, even if I missed out.
Like the way they do it with guns, where you have to do extra challenges. to get
like gun. But I mean, shit just fucking pisses me off, man. Like, it feels designed for someone that's still at school, has loads of free time, and to get them addicted. And to get money from their parents instead of
the actual
people that actually earn money.
Yeah, and
That's
play the
what
game.
pisses me off.
But they do.
I'm sorry.
but-
I'm sorry. All
No,
right.
But they also have that because they'll give you tier skips. So if you actually care that much, you can put real money and get all that content.
Yeah, but fuck you. You designed it so that I couldn't finish it.
Well, so you can just pay money to skip the
Yes.
battle.
Yeah, so you have to pay at least once to get a battle pass.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to
normal, right?
complete it to get your like points back so you can get the next one.
Yeah.
Fine. But then you can pay more money to skip all that stuff.
You can when the battle pass first comes out, you can spend £8 on it and you get the pass, or you can spend like fucking £30 to get 30 tier skips with it. Something obscene.
No, that is a. If I don't complete this season, there's a good chance I'll give up on the game.
You still play it,
battle
though?
passes.
Well, I don't know.
What battle passes have you completed? How many?
Every one of COD this so far.
1 or 2. Being,
I've done 1.
I think season 2 and 3 of Modern Warfare.
Yes.
Simply because lockdown,
Just
way more
playing
free
so
time.
much. Yeah.
I've done every season of COD. Every single season I've done.
The thing is, I work very unsocial hours,
Yeah.
and I only play COD with friends.
Yeah.
So those two things do not go hand in hand.
No.
Oh, guess what we got in store for you today, lads? Germany t-shirts. Oh, check the description below. Oh. Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, and welcome to the second half of the first section of the second half of.
Nothing triggers me more than hearing "good afternoon, evening, or night."
I know, that's why I did it.
Why did it trigger you?
Because we already said it.
Wait, I'm gonna do an actual thing now. Hello. This is the second bit where
This
we
is
go on
part
to
2, where we talk about quite funny things, maybe some serious things. Well, you decide. On our Jar Media Reddit.
I was gonna get angry at you for interrupting me, but you turned that into fucking magic.
You spun it around. You spun it around into something workable.
That was amazing.
You could see his mind like, make it relevant, make it relevant. Yeah. So James already set the scene.
Yeah, so the way you can make it your own future is if you hop onto the Jar Media Reddit, jarmedia/Reddit jar/media.
Yep, that's the one.
To the bit where you can ask us things.
We got some good questions this app. And we're going to start off with this one from Alex Scott 1811, who says, question for Alex. You said you've been playing Destiny again. What do you think of the story of the ongoing season? Does it interest you? There is like a story this time that seems to kind of widely affect the universe in some way, whereas before each season has been like nothing. But at the same time, like I don't really play Destiny for the story at this point. So I think I'm kind of past that.
I respect that.
Yeah, I don't give a single shit, really. It's all about like mechanics. Question for everyone. January 2021, Kanye invites Jar Media to his inauguration speech in Washington. He wants you guys to perform one of his songs for him as a quartet. What song do you choose?
I'm lost
Real
in
friends.
the woods.
No, it should be, what's his most grotesque song? Kanye's workout plan. Let's do that one, Kanye.
Oh, man.
It'll be
What
good
about
morning.
Drunken Hot Girls?
With the drunky hot girls.
Yeah, either Drunken Hot Girls or that one.
Good morning.
Normie Alert.
Normie Alert.
Oh, okay. Okay, then N-word in Paris.
Damn.
It's got Jay-Z in it. He won't stand for that.
Fair joke. I ain't stepping on the boots of Jay-Z.
Joseph Z. Khan says, where did the famous Jar theme song Jingle come from?
Oh my god.
Do you remember the moment we decided on the Jar jingle?
No.
Don't you remember? Because
Sort of.
I found it on Epidemic Sound, which is one of the kind of big music places YouTubers can use. Because with all the copyright stuff, you need music you can actually use without having to worry about being flagged for everything. So you're somewhat limited in that sense. But Epidemic Sound has some good quality stuff. But I knew the intro had to be short, just a few seconds. So
Short, sweet.
I found that the stings category, which is all just short pieces of audio, short little stings to introduce or end something or something like that. And I just played a bunch of them, and we all just agreed this was the one that suited the energy of the cast the most.
Yeah, for sure. Can I just say though, I heard today somebody's like phone song when they get called,
Yeah.
and it was a song from our like old videos.
Really?
Yeah,
In what way?
Years?
it was straight up like one of those free songs. It goes,
Oh, from like the Kevin MacLeod ones?
no, I don't know.
'Cause
It
that
was something to do with like a bumblebee or something.
A bumblebee.
Yeah, the name of the song was like B,
How old we talking?
like
Like original Jar?
no, like R&L.
Oh yeah, that would have been Incompetech music then.
Right.
Kevin MacLeod, all this stuff, because it's all free to use. So like when anyone starts making YouTube videos, they use Kevin MacLeod.
Yeah.
Like the IHE
But I mean,
elevator music.
It grabbed my brain and pulled me back into
Mhm.
watching like our videos for the first time. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, because just everyone used them, yeah. Probably still do. Shout out to Kevin MacLeod actually for doing that. Creating just this bank of music, and he's just like, you know what? Just have it, just use it.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Man,
Just so there's just like a database of music that someone could use, or that anyone can use.
I
for their own
respect that
projects.
big time.
Yeah, of course. Dr. Fish and Chips says, hi Jar, my first ever podcast of yours that I watched was recommended to me after watching your Nostalgia Critic video. That podcast being the infamous Shreddies episode. I was wondering if we could get an epilogue on the Shreddies saga. Do you still have them? And if so, do you still wear them? And if you do, is the underwear still as effective as it first was? James was sort of the keenest on it. You kept it going for a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, until my mum washed it.
Well, funnily enough, I was like going through some drawers in my room, and I found them. I found my pair of Shreddies.
Oh, so we have a pair. I actually don't know where my pair is.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, I've got a pair.
I've got a pair.
because I don't have flatulence issues.
I do.
To be
But,
honest, I actually traded a good pair of underwear for these. Because I left my the underwear from the day I put in the box.
It's
and
great.
Alex just threw the
No,
box.
Alex just took. James just took his underwear off at Alex's house,
Mm-hmm.
put on these, and then just left his stinky used
Probably,
underwear
yeah,
in a box
shitted in
on
underwear.
Alex's table in his kitchen and just left them there. And Alex for weeks was like, if you don't take these, I'm going to put them in the bin.
They
And
were decent.
you were like, I'll
underwear.
take them, don't put them in the bin. And then like,
No, it was months.
yeah, then months later
I
you
had
were
them
like,
in my house for like 3 months.
yeah,
before I binned them.
and it got to a point where you were just like, okay, I'm getting rid of them. And you did. And then James was like, what the fuck?
Come on, man.
That's my underwear, dude.
And I
But-
traded good underwear for some shitty sweaty ones I haven't worn.
Yeah, going back to the fact that I found some in a drawer in my room, I looked at them for a second and then saw the extra thick, like padding, nappy sort of stuff going on. And I was like, I ain't putting these on.
Yeah.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah, every time I pick them up after like a fresh shower, I'm just like pick them up because they're just black. They mix in with mothers.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can feel the weight of the padding. I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
I feel like
everything
unless
else.
you have like a medical reason for needing them, they need to make them more realistic.
Can you imagine like a romantic scenario where you're invited to a lovely lady's house
Mm.
and it gets to the point where you're taking your trousers off and,
Yeah.
and you're wearing a nappy? Like,
And you have to be like, hey, I got something to tell you.
Wait, you talking about
Okay.
actual nappies? You talking about shreddies?
shreddies.
Well, maybe if someone's got a
if-
medical condition, you don't have to mock them for it, Jamie.
No, I'm saying if you look at...
I'm upset.
No, what about if they pull their shreddies down and then suddenly the smell
Yeah.
fills the air? You got to address that, I guess.
Yeah, be
beforehand.
prepared.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of poo on face says, sorry to bring up the constant teenage talk, but did you ever have really bad acne problems growing up? If so, how did you handle it?
Well, when I had spots, I just popped them.
You didn't really have acne problems.
Yeah,
I
James
was-
didn't have...
I was weird. I actually had
Yours was very just like
normal.
pretty
It was like
standard.
the odd spot.
Yeah,
But I had
not
them
horrendous.
I had them like 2 minutes. It'd be pop, clean, gone. And then there's people. I don't get it because it's just like, do you pop the spot or do you not? Because I saw people and they had fucking huge whiteheads, and I'd just be like, I want to fucking pull you to the floor and pop that fucking
I
spot.
think they say not to fiddle with it just because the bacteria are on your fingers. If you're like, say for example, in class and you haven't like washed your hands and you're just fiddling with your acne, you're getting bacteria all over it, and that's just a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you're at home, everything's clean, and you're gonna pop it and then instantly clean it, soap it all out. Why don't you pop it? Why do people leave it? Like
No, but I mean, in my case, my cheeks were covered in spots. Like, not really bad acne, but I remember like
Just kind of a red tinge.
I remember scratching my face and just skin coming off
Mm-hmm.
because there was like so much, and just to try and in a cleansing manner, like in the shower, just sort of scratching my face.
Yeah,
to
I
get everything
remember the worst for me was around sixth form kind of time. So like
Right.
17, 18.
Yeah, mine would have been like 15, 16, I think.
Right. But it's like the personality type I have where whatever your most obvious flaw is what I'm going to just obsessively like freak out over.
Yeah.
And when you have acne, it's like the most obvious, like, it's not even, if you actually understand like what it is, then it's like not really a flaw, you know. But as like a teenager, you're
It's
not
like
really,
the biggest thing.
yeah, it's the most obvious, and you're so insecure and just have no idea what you're doing that like it really bothered me when I was like 17 or 18, even though I didn't have it like really bad or anything.
No.
It was just always
Not at
just like kind of there. I mostly had it around like my kind of chin sort of area, around my face.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was the actual question? How do you handle it?
I know that some people can get acne so bad that they can't touch it because it just like comes out in hives and it can
Some
damage the
people
skin.
are very unlucky,
yeah.
and like
I know people have that, and like, that's a different case.
I
where
mean,
they have to
yeah,
go medical.
yeah, a lot of it is genetic, so you're kind of just at the, you know, at the whim of what your genes are. But there are steps you can take, I guess, to make it better. If you like, some people have to like obsessively like wash their their pillow sheets and stuff like that, and wash their face constantly, and then you don't want to wash it too much because that can make it worse. It's like a whole thing.
But in most cases, it does pass. It does just go away with age.
Yeah, it's often a hormonal thing, based on all the chemical changes in your body around that time. But yeah, it can be really horrific for some people. I don't like this attitude some people have where they associate acne with like uncleanliness or dirtiness.
No.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, well, if you have it, like you can't really fucking control it, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Just like knowing that it
because it's
not a defining feature forever.
Yeah.
Even if you
have like adult chronic acne, like there's nothing you can do about it. So like the way people treat it as if it's like a dirty thing, even though a lot of the time the people who do have it and they obviously know they have it are more cleanly and they're washing their face more than
sure.
the people who don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So, same user asked this question: if everyone had the same skin color, what skin color would you prefer everyone to have?
I can't answer that.
What the fuck?
No, I can't answer that. You can't spin that question to be
Purple.
normal.
Everyone's purple.
No.
But then we just argue over what the shades of purple.
Yeah, or something else like what hat you're wearing.
To have that every single place on the planet has to have the exact same geographic conditions. Like, I can't.
No, that's getting
you're going
scientific.
too deep, dog.
Like,
You're trying to assign real life onto this.
Yeah, I am. Because I just can't take that out of, like, nah.
yeah, I think that's a stupid question.
Okay. They can take responsibility for their question. I'm just here to
I mean,
ask
it's
them.
like, I don't give a shit.
See-through.
See,
We're completely
translucent.
Yeah, boom.
Translucent, yeah. You can't see anyone.
Just a
Everyone's
little
just
bit murky.
bones.
Bones.
Everyone's a skeleton.
Yeah, the bone generation.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to last long, are they?
Who's going to see them?
We have this interesting story here from rat_goth. Okay, so this is kind of a long one, but I feel the need to share it with you all. So at night, I'll typically put on an episode of a podcast that I've heard before to help me fall asleep. The other night, that episode happened to be Corncast number 7, Milky Jug's Addiction. As I was falling asleep, Alex's story about putting Haribo into liquid unlocked a memory that I had buried so far it didn't occur to me when I first heard the episode fully awake. Basically, when I was a kid, my little sister would put a single red gummy bear into a shot-sized paper cup filled with water. After letting it sit for a while, the water would turn pink, and we would drink it. She called this intervention gummy water. I don't know what compelled her to do this, but we thought this was such a genius idea that she could sell the invention as a business model someday. Anyway, it was I find it interesting that we now have at least 2 accounts of kids putting gummy candy into liquid for some reason. I guess a question stemming from this would be, are there any other weird things you made up as a kid that you thought would be your claim to fame? Is this just something kids do then, where they just like
Yes, I did
combine and they think,
You did it.
I'm pretty sure I did it.
well, you put gummies in water?
You wouldn't. You think you just do?
No, so Alex put milk bottles in milk.
Yeah, that's psycho.
And water. I did do it with water too. I remember putting gummy bears in water and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. No, but that wasn't for like any taste reason. It was funny to watch them go big.
No, and then when the water has changed colour, then you're like, well, might as well drink it. I don't remember thinking it was like
Oh, we all
like a new creation, like an invention, like a $1 million idea or anything like that.
No, that's true.
If it was that much of a...
You did the milk bottle thing for enjoyment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
And milk bottles are bad enough as is.
Yeah, that in milk, I'd
But
probably vom.
yeah, I think I would. I think I'd be sick.
Drinking milk and getting that cluggy fucking moist milk jug down your throat.
But are there any weird things you made up as a kid that you thought might be something?
No? I
Yeah,
don't think so.
probably. Can't remember. Don't remember my childhood.
That's something I'm gonna have to brew on and only mention if I suddenly remember it.
Yeah,
Because like, just this whole like Haribo in water thing is bringing up like a bunch of memories that are all very grey. Just like experimenting with like with the Cheerio packet. Like remember that where I took a Cheerio, a packet of Cheerios.
we like teamed.
Did we
up.
both do it?
We teamed up to separate every single type of Cheerio
into a pile.
Yeah, into a pile. And I remember because obviously the best ones are like the golden ones. And you tried
this is default Cheerios where they've got what
5, I think.
4 or 5 different types.
Wait, Cheerios have flavours?
They're like different types of oats or something.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
They're different colours,
basic
aren't they?
Cheerios, at least in the UK, are like that. But this is a memory I have where we were separating these Cheerios, and the obvious best one is like the golden one.
Yeah.
When they honey
delicious.
something.
It's awesome. And I have this memory where you're trying to convince me that my favourite one is like the bland brown one.
Oh, was I gaslighting you into trying to...
Yeah, you were trying to convince me that my favourite thing was the one that you didn't want.
Yeah.
So that you had all the good ones.
That's a
And I had
classic
to have
old-
the-
Alex is like a wheelie master manipulator.
No, that's
like,
a classic older sibling maneuver.
Yeah.
gaslighting
But this
your
time
family.
I was like, no, I like the golden ones because it was food.
Yeah. No convincing could do it.
Yeah. I'm like a Labrador when it comes to food.
I think we all are.
Yeah, I remember that quite clearly, actually, sorting the Cheerios into the piles.
I'm sure, but in America, where they have cereal with marshmallows in, I'm sure that's a major American thing of splitting cereal.
They love their colourful cereals, so they could probably have some
true.
fun with the different colours. Yeah. Sort the E numbers and all that.
I want the
Fruit
fucking
Loops.
blue ones.
Yeah, Fruit
Yeah.
Loops.
I remember trying Fruit Loops for the first time.
Yeah.
Fucking suck.
I was really disappointed.
Awful.
What's the marshmallow ones called? They were fucking delicious.
Lucky Charms.
it's-
Oh,
I like Lucky Charms, but like,
I've never had them.
it's just so sweet to the point where it's like there's just no flavour. It's just a
Yeah.
complete overwhelming sweetness going on with these Fruit Loops right now.
I tried to just eat the marshmallow
No,
out of the box.
I don't remember.
And and that's come from me. I love sweet shit.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't like a bunch. Do you remember those fruit polos?
Mm-hmm.
Every single one had like such a distinct flavour. With Fruit Loops, it was just like a bland fake sweetness,
Oh, it's
not like a
official,
different
yeah.
fruit flavour. It was just fucking loops. They should just be called loops.
Okay. OscarMan97 says, as Jamie and Alex seem to frequent the Reddit, I was wondering if you had any particular standout pieces of JAR fan content that you've personally enjoyed. Maybe a chance to talk about some of your favourite community creations on the cast. Thank you, and game on. Recently, someone made like a virtual recreation of the JARCAST set in Blender
Yeah.
and like moved the set around in the way we would have moved it to change the location of the sofa and stuff.
That was super cool.
It's
to
like
see.
photorealistic and
Yeah,
looks
from our
amazing.
perspective.
From our perspective, yeah. So that's one of the most upvoted things as of late on there.
I'd like to shout out. Someone photoshopped my face onto. I think
You've
his
said
name
this
is
already. You've said
Have
this
I?
already. You've explained this.
Jetstream Sam.
Yes.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah,
that
that's
already.
probably my favourite one of all time. Favourite thing of all time. Pretty cool.
What pops into your head, James?
difficult. There's been some funny stuff.
There's been a lot of funny stuff.
The nice memes where Jamie abuses me, they're funny. They're good.
Yeah,
Like
and
those.
bullshit, but
Yeah, they're bullshit, but funny.
Lots of options, either way.
Yeah, I always go on there.
No answers then.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I can't remember because I'm too cool, man.
How about the one where somebody photoshopped my face, I think, onto a dude from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance?
But I've got a fondness for the Jar animated intro thing. I like that. a
Oh
lot.
god, yeah.
That was
That-
from a while ago though.
That feels like a YouTube thing more than a Reddit thing, eh?
Yeah, true. Okay. Sage Ward says, back in the first Corncast, the topic of Alex's trolling was brought up, and he mentioned how he was doing it. When he was doing it, it was sort of the golden age of trolling. Even during that golden age, though, the most popular trolling content on YouTube were usually guys like Minnesota Burns or Keemstar's Federation of Asshole Gamers, which consisted almost entirely of grown adults getting sincerely upset about children on Xbox Live and then screaming and harassing them. Those were some abysmally mean-spirited video trends, and I feel they detracted a lot from the golden age, yet they probably most define this era for most viewers. God, I can't speak. My question, therefore, is what differentiates good trolling from bad trolling, or just being an asshole?
Using
I didn't want to interrupt you while you were reading that, but
Minnesota Burns.
era more like error. Because you.
there's a difference
yeah.
because there's the trolling where people
Yeah.
just be cunts and then say, "Oh, I'm trolling,"
Why do I know the name Minnesota?
because
Burns?
we watched him a bit.
We watched him around the time he would do like the Xbox Live trolling on COD videos. Maybe he did a bit of Halo too. I can't remember.
Yeah, we watched the COD ones.
He was like a really obnoxious
Cunt.
yeah,
He was just a
sort of like Keemstar with
Really?
his Federation of. Yeah, it was all about like, fucking with kids on Xbox Live type shit.
just being horrible.
I don't remember his content at all. I just
It was
remember
really
his
bland.
I guess when I say the golden age of trolling, it's just to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
because you're not like a
cunt.
I never
Well,
made
yeah.
content out of it.
no, but it was so non-aggressive.
But people just get really angry at you, and you're just like making the most kind of light-hearted, silly.
Most of my trolling career was spent in the IGN forums, just
Mm.
trolling like Killzone fans, or
Yahoo Answers.
or Yahoo Answers, which again was like people are coming to my Yahoo Answers account to answer my ridiculous questions. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the same as like Keemstar going out Xbox Live and then doing what he did.
I remember a cringy troll of yours being a Halo Wars themed one. And you found it so funny. You asked, how do I change, like,
Oh
leader
yeah.
in Halo
Fuck.
Wars?
No, that's what I would troll on Halo Wars. Like, I would search online, send my enemy a message like, how do you change character? Hoping that it would mean they spend their time typing out a response so I could go and beat them.
That's genius.
Because at the time,
That's so dirty.
because we would use second accounts at the low level, but we were like the most literally the most try-hard Halo Wars players ever, and we would just fuck with people.
Why? I think, like, there were you three, being you two and Ruben, and, like, three other people on the other side of the world that were, like, the equivalent of us.
Yeah, there were like a few hundred players or something on the 3v3s. But that's what I mean, though. Like, my intent was never malicious. I was never trying to.
Well, unless it was Halo Wars, then your intent was to win and to beat them.
In which case, I mean, I was using the
It's
tools. I
Halo
was
Wars,
using the
dude.
tools that were there for me to use. You know,
It's wars.
it's
In war, there are no rules.
and it is harmless. You know. I guess that's what separates it.
Yeah.
It's just like mischievous, tricksy, as opposed to
I know. I remember
Yeah.
actually because
Cruel
we'd
and
play,
hateful.
cruel.
and because we played so much, we knew where the free resources were on the map. So Alex would just be like, "Wait, I'm just gonna send them a message and then steal their resources." So we drive to their base, nick all their resources, and drive back before they actually do
I think
anything.
it's that thing that a lot of people who like they master a game to the point where they can just mess with people who aren't as good at them at that game, and it's part of the fun of like it's why communities form around games. Like if you search online in
Yeah.
Smash Bros and you go against someone who's incredible, they're just gonna wreck you like as quickly as they can,
Mhm.
and to them it's like this huge rush, and to you you've just been obliterated.
But that's why they make
Yeah,
it
they're
fun.
trying to, like, style on you.
Yeah. So and when you're like restricted by like an RTS, it's like the only thing you can do is get creative.
I don't think that's creative. I think
No,
that's
we were-
well, I mean, it is creative, but in a dastardly, dirty way.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
definitely
throwing
not playing
dust in
fair.
their eyes and then punching them in the dick.
Well, it's not that bad. Because
It's a
the
metaphor,
worst
man.
possible thing that can happen is
A
that
simile.
you lose a game because you're typing out a long message.
yeah, but
and
Alex, here's the
I'm
thing.
just saying in a combat
That would
scenario.
happen, but they would lose. It was that happened. We were horrible to people in Halo Wars because we make the most powerful unit in the game, the unbeatable unit in the game, and we would just fucking destroy one building, one away. For half an hour, just destroy one building because they couldn't do anything, so we just fuck with them. We were horrible.
No, that's not the same though as
Being
Minnesota Burns.
Yeah.
You know?
because we were. Yeah, we weren't actually
You're
horrible.
using the mechanics of a game to just like
Mess
be a
with people.
dick.
Yeah, we weren't actually being.
Is that
dicks.
so much of a crime?
See,
Then any multiplayer
this is
game
giving
I
me
would-
like an existential crisis, because now when I get fucked with in a game, I'm gonna think of you guys when you were like 14.
That's
Just being so
the
good.
whole appeal of multiplayer gaming is that like when you kill someone, you're beating someone, like
I
another
agree.
person.
No, but there's a difference between beating someone and
doing it when you know you
putting
are.
them down to raise yourself up.
Mhm.
That's what you guys were doing in Halo Wars. In fucking Halo Wars of all things.
It's the
I do
only
that
thing
on
we could get good enough at.
We were cool dudes.
I do that in COD now, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fucking sick at COD.
I just quick scope now.
Yeah.
Kaboom!
Oster fricking Saurus says, question for the boys. Since the inception of the JARCAST way back when, what's the, in your opinion, funniest joke to come out of it?
Pussy.
Yeah, what jokes? What are you talking about?
Yeah. This is serious.
We've never made a joke in our life.
I'm sorry that like we actually talk about the things that matter.
Yeah.
And that we're not, we're on YouTube. We've got to be funny all the time.
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
Yeah, we've done 200 episodes of us being just straight-faced serious, and that's why people keep coming back, quite frankly. So, fuck this question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
We talk about what actually is the thing that is important, not what
So
is
true.
funny. Funny is fleeting. Importance is
Funny is
impotent.
funny is just fucking cringe. Who gives two shit? Who gives 5 shits about being funny anymore?
Who gives 6 shits about being fucking hilarious?
We're in the new age. No one gives 5 shits about laughing anymore. It's all about, you know,
Being fucking cool, man.
It's all about what, when, why,
Where?
and where,
mhm.
and even
It's all
how.
about.
It's
No, I wanted you to say Pip.
no, that's too predictable. That you see, you gave James time to pip.
Pop.
Boy. Fuck.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Get fucked, bitch.
Ronald McMummy says, Jar Media stopped me from frying my brain. I've been listening to all the JARCasts and I'm currently on 107. Episode 107. I enjoyed listening to Jar Media while I take care of plants at my job. Around episode 99.99 or somewhere around there, Alex talks about his medication side effect issues and mentions propranolol. This caught my attention because I'm currently taking propranolol for health reasons, which I won't get into. I thought it was strange that Alex had such a hard time with the medicine because I never had any issues with it, but I actually researched a little bit more and realized I'd been dealing with a lot of the same side effects that Alex mentioned. Such side effects I dealt with included fatigue, short-term memory loss, and more. I'm lucky enough to not deal with memory loss, though. Wait, what?
That's a good joke. Nice one.
So I contacted my doctor and we decided to lower the dose of propranolol, and I'm not dealing with as many problems now. I thank you, Alex. So that leaves me with a question. What would the cost of Madagascar be as pharmaceutical drugs?
Oh, shit.
That's a tough one, hey?
First off, I'll say I definitely learned a lesson from that. That, you know, before you start pumping drugs into your body, it's probably worth researching.
Yeah, it's a good thing it was something like propranolol, and not,
What heart medication?
yeah, something like
I'd say it's, you know.
heroin or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when
Okay,
when they
so
prescribe.
Marty is definitely like cocaine.
No,
That's not a
pharmaceutical drugs.
I
So-
don't know the name of
Right,
them.
pharmaceutical drugs, like as in English ones.
They're all the same.
Yeah, whatever, you know.
Paracetamol is... No, ibuprofen is
Alex.
Melman.
No.
No, Melman is
That works.
Adderall.
No, go rewatch Madagascar 2 right now. He is not Adderall. Adderall is either Marty or Adderall is Alex.
Marty. Marty's is Adderall.
Why?
It's Alex. The answer is Alex because he's all, way,
Alex for
whoa.
Adderall.
Alex is Adderall.
Or Mort.
Melman
Is paracetamol.
is ibuprofen.
Paracetamol.
No, I disagree. I hate this. I'm not answering.
Okay, then.
Alex, he put his heart out.
No, I liked the part up until the Madagascar as drugs part because I just don't know enough drugs, all right? I'm going to come clean. I love the question.
Gloria is
Honestly, I
night
love
nurse.
that question.
Gloria is night nurse.
Gloria is definitely...
Gloria-
She's cough syrup.
Gloria is liquid night nurse. Melman is tablet night nurse.
The day version too, not the night version.
Yes, yeah, with caffeine in it.
What's the penguins? Are they depositories?
Suppositories.
Yes.
Hugh Janus 22 says, how did you come up with good afternoon, morning, evening or night? Is it coincidental that Game On works as an acronym for it, or did you purposefully try to come up with something that Game On stood for?
When I came up with it, it was sort of... How do I explain this?
No, what actually is the origin? Because 4 to 7 says it's from the Truman Show.
No, what Truman Show is, and in case I don't see you, good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Good morning, afternoon, evening on. Good,
I'll Google the exact quote
Wait.
from Truman Show.
good afternoon. No, we're wrong.
Yeah, we're wrong.
Because we don't do it in chronological order, because the Truman Show thing is that he says good morning to his neighbor, and then he says, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, evening or night. It's not from that.
That's right, yeah. Good morning, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon. Yeah, it's not the same because we would phrase it completely differently. No, what it came from was that we didn't know how to intro it, and we just logically thought, well, if you're watching this on YouTube,
It could be
the
any time.
demographics could be anywhere at any time.
Yeah, and do you know what I reckon? I reckon because you started it, doing these like solo jar vids.
Oh yeah.
And I reckon you were recording in the afternoon, and you automatically would say good afternoon, and then morning, evening, or night.
And there's something about the word afternoon that sounds better to lead with for some reason.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Like it sounds fucked.
Yeah.
Good morning, afternoon.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. It doesn't flow. Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen.
And then I came up with that boom, and then we were sat there one day and it was just like, game on.
No,
fuck.
somebody said on Reddit or in the comments or something, game on. And we were like, wait, what? Holy shit.
And then it stuck.
Basically, Alex is the most hardcore gamer without knowing it.
Just isn't that the most jar thing? Unintentionally creating a like intro that just happens to also perfectly spell game on.
Yeah, like it's cringy, it's genius, it's jar.
It's accidental, it's jar.
Yeah.
Okay then, let's do 2 more. Zer_char says, question. How does Jar feel about the handling of the coronavirus in the UK? Do you think more could have been done, or it wasn't handled quick enough? I personally think they should have started limiting people's interactions outside earlier, as the first couple of cases came in.
Yeah, it was handled badly.
Yeah, the government is fucked it.
Fucking clueless.
We're not the worst in the world by any means, but fucking hell, I'm not
Far
impressed.
from the best.
It's
I'm not
very
impressed.
difficult to be worse than the 2 worst. Literally impossible to be worse than them.
What's the second worst?
America, Brazil.
Okay.
Brazil, the president of Brazil didn't believe it was a thing. He's got it.
Yeah.
And they've got the most highest cases, like death rates and whatnot.
Well, yeah,
Countries
to me, my whole thing has been like, through my entire life, I've never really had to rely on the government for anything direct. You know, of course, you know, they fix potholes and, you know, whatever.
Have you never been on benefits?
For like a month.
Same.
But it was like a huge ball ache and like just wasn't worth my time.
Same.
But this was the first time it was like I was living through something where the government's reaction and intervention and the way they handled it was like crucial to the health of the country. And
not just the country, but like individuals.
Yeah, like
because
it's directly affecting our lives and the way we live our lives.
It's a thing where no matter what class you're in, if the government doesn't take some sort of precautions, any of you can be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And like in cases where it's like just the poor people get fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people can just sort of turn their gaze.
Yeah.
But with this, everyone gets fucked.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Jim and I have this like tear between the UK and New Zealand, and just seeing like just how beautifully that country handled it.
Yeah.
And being stuck here and being like, why are we not like doing what they did? Of course, you know, it's different government, different country, different standards and everything, different culture. But you know, like we're still an island. The government definitely knew that this was happening a long time before they acted on it.
No, but the fact that we knew what was going on in Italy and Europe and obviously China way before the government started enforcing anything.
And what's frustrated me the most is just like the way the government's kind of communicated with the people. It's just been like, what? Every now and again, Boris just drops this fucking weird video where he like doesn't explain anything very well, and it's like, actually, some of you just do what you think is right, and it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about, you fucking prick? Just get it together.
No, that's like
job.
a theory, isn't it? That
they purposefully wanted to make
they're saying things but sort of contradicting themselves, but using really specific language, so that if it peaks again, they can say, you just didn't listen to us, blah blah blah. It's horse shit.
Yeah, it's embarrassing leadership, and I think it makes us look terrible.
And as if we haven't looked at for like the last year and a bit.
Because you remember we were like
Brexit and everything.
Yeah, we just looked fucking awful.
When other countries in Europe were shutting down and we were still like kind of normal, but everyone was half aware of it and were half kind of like, am I supposed to be here right now? Am I supposed to be in this restaurant right now? Should I really be out right now? But like there was no real communication, and like it's that thing where it's like you can't expect the individuals of the country to like act against all these news sources. You need to take charge and give us some kind of direction so we know what to do as a unit to be able to defeat this enemy being this virus. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, now the like lockdown has ended. There are like select good things that the government is doing at the moment. But I think it is happening too soon.
Yeah.
I think lockdown maybe should have lasted a bit longer.
Or we should have gone into lockdown sooner.
Well, yeah, I mean, ideally lockdown sooner, because then there'd be less dead people. But just the fact that we're risking this second spike.
Yeah.
It's scary.
And like, it's like, as individuals, we count on the government to protect us. And like, it's just not good enough with the death toll in the country, especially when you contrast it with like other countries who have had their shit together and have much lower death tolls. And it's supposed to be one of the like richest, have it together kind of places in the world, and it's just fucking embarrassing show. I know.
Nothing positive can be said about them.
Yeah.
All awful.
All right, let's end on this one then from Benjo Redditor, who says, question for the group. Was watching episode 174 the other night, in which Ruben dastardly states that he thinks the Scouse accent is the worst. Being from around that area, that got me thinking. Do you guys have any strong opinions on the north of England? Have you visited and liked any cities in the area? I'd never been to Wiltshire, but from what you tell me about Swindon, I'm not too keen to go. So Jim and I, we've got quite a connection with the north.
Well, yeah, we have northern blood.
This is where our family comes from, right?
Yeah, Liverpool. Well,
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of family up there that we see now and
yeah.
again. But there is this thing in the UK where there's this kind of divide between the north and...
The south tend to be more uptight and...
Nancy.
Just like dicks, pricks.
Yeah.
They're the city folk. They
Yeah.
they think they know better type shit. They're like elitist.
Yeah. So the northerners tend to be more like liberal. Freedom.
But like London's really fucking
No.
liberal.
Isn't the north supposed to be more not liberal, more racist? That's the view of the
That's
north.
the stereotype.
Is racism.
No, but I think, well, from what I understand, my small connection with the north, like, they're very, very pro-Labour.
Mm. So like left wing.
Yeah, so more left wing. And their beer is a lot cheaper.
A lot of things are cheaper. And it obviously depends on where you are, but
Yeah,
from where our family up north is considered, their housing and everything is much cheaper, and you can.
Yeah, and from what I understand, the people are more approachable and nicer.
They're definitely the people up north are way friendlier than the people in like London, for example.
Oh fuck! I mean, London isn't fair, but if you compare to like
Any of the big
south
cities around here, to be
sort
honest,
of Devon, Cornwall, even a bit closer to home, Somerset.
But I'm even thinking about like Bristol and Bath and our local cities.
But yeah, I think it's unfair to compare cities with, because when we went to Liverpool, it wasn't like a city, or when we go to Liverpool,
we're just going to see our family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And interact with the small community in that area. Comparing that to when we go to London and just explore London, like of course,
whatever.
our interactions are going to be different.
Yeah,
but,
you're right.
But there's definitely a different feel to the northern family who we are more removed from. It feels like we are as close to them as our closely knit family in the south.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just because of like strong family ties or if it's the sort of northern ways.
Yeah. Yeah, what about you, James? What's your opinion on the north of England?
I haven't got an opinion on it. I've got no connection there. It's just the north.
We should go. All of us.
Sure.
Road trip.
Yeah. Alex's card though.
Mine. Well, I think that's it, folks.
That does it for this episode of the Jar Media podcast, Pip.
Pop.
Pam. I forgot my one.
Poi.
Thanks for watching this episode of Pip.
Pop.
The boy.
And the premium boy.
I'm going to piss myself.
Do you think anyone's gonna like just wonder what the fuck we're talking about with that shit?
Yes, because it makes no fucking sense.
It must make zero sense. Well, maybe we'll explain the premium boy and all that. If anyone cares. If no one asks us though, I'm not going to address it. Why not, James, you know? F it.